Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Kind of got started and decided to go ahead and set up the camera. Dad's putting a water pump in, the water pump housing. This is going on that 6.6. Normally the 6.6s come with, let me see if I can find one. Normally the 6.6s come with this style pump here. This style pump, water pump. We're putting on basically a L83, L86, old school, older model pumps. So that's what he's doing right now. I'm building a pan, a brand new muscle car oil pan. We're gonna try to get the 6.6 out of here today, and then we got.
Does it come with a gasket right here?
Yep. You show that little. I don't know if I can. Let me get you closer here. All right, I think they can see that. Go ahead.
It's got a fit that has to go over right there.
Right, and then your pump has a. Show them on the pump. The pump has a spot for that same dowel.
It's the dowel that goes into there. That way you can take your pulley off and paint it separate from the deal.
Right.
Pump itself.
Makes it a little easier, I guess.
And that does help. So you line the hose up in the air. There it is. Go get a socket.
10 millimeter, I think.
Steel gaskets like this, you can reuse them as long as they're not scratched or dented. If they're bent, dented, got a crease in them, you'll have to get new ones. But they will reseal. Haven't had a problem yet. Now your head gasket, that's a different story. They're built with layers, and they got a tarp crush to them. And whenever you tighten down on the head gasket that's layered, it crushes it. Sorry. And they're a one-time deal. There's 100 ways of doing it, but we found it. These gaskets they'll hold itself on there with these screws. Go ahead and screw them in. Or bolts, I mean, not screws. I've been fighting a cold for about a week now. Just now getting my head straight.
And then we went from 90 degrees yesterday.
Yeah. You see it's holding the gasket for you, which is a good deal. You can do stuff by yourself. What it does, it's got a perforated star in these bolt holes in this metal gasket. And when you spin these bolts through here, it catches the threads of the bolt and actually threads it on there and holds your gaskets for you. I'm assuming GM did that. A robot wouldn't have to have a helper. I'm just guessing.
Without a robot. No robots.
Nope. Looks good. What size is that one?
13. All right, so we're getting ready to put our oil pan on. Let's get through building and do the little silicone work here. I may run out of silicone midstream, but we got another tube over there. If y'all been watching for a while, you'll see me do this quite a few times. If you haven't been watching, watch. So you go on the inside of all your bolt holes, the outside of the pickup bolts. Real simple. And then you put a little extra in the corners. Got all my rubbers on. And everything is sealed up. Oil pump is plugged in. Good idea. Okay. So normally these are 13 mil, but on this pan it came with bolts, and these all get torqued down to 18 foot-pounds with the torque wrench, because that's important, so you don't break the pan or bend the pan. The two back ones get torqued down to 8.8 foot. All right, so we're coming along. Oil pan's on. Gonna put the tensioner on here. This gets a 15 millimeter. Dad's working on getting the alternator. We take the backs of the alternators off when we paint them. So working on getting the alternators put back together. We take the backs off the alternators when we paint, so that's what he's doing, is putting the back of the alternator back on. Project. So this is our first time messing with this kit. I think I've showed one in video, maybe, I'm not sure, but the first time we installed one. A lot of times people bring us parts and it's like taped together, not in a box, no instructions, and that's kind of what this situation was. But once we kind of started lining everything up, so this big bolt here has a huge spacer. You can see the spacer right there. Goes all the way through, bolts to the head, right? No problem there. This spacer and this bolt, this spacer and this bolt, the bracket is actually threaded here. Here you're gonna get a nut. Alternator's gonna go there from what we gather. This is an Allen head bolt. It goes straight to the head right there. So that's cool. The AC compressor is standalone. It gets a bolt and a spacer at the bottom, and then one there at the top, and then your stock setup where it used to pass through and go to this no longer goes to that, so it just kind of hangs out there. But
so it's still in the stock position, and
the AC compressor didn't really move from the position, no. So but now, instead of having your power steering pump on the driver's side, it moves over to the passenger side, and then boom, the alternator goes there. So it took us a little bit of time, and then you got a couple idlers that go on, and that's pretty much it.
I got it in my hand, ready? Oh yeah. Okay.
This one. No. Here. I'll get the spacer.
Coming in.
Yep. There you go. That threads to the head. That one. Yep. Switch that up. Okay. Try again. Watch your finger. Overall, let's see what we think here. I mean, it's definitely, we got this box here. If y'all familiar with this box, this is what, about $2,200 sitting right here. It's a CVF kit. This here, the only thing you had to buy was the bracket and the power steering pump, right? Your motor came with all this other stuff.
Right, you just clean it up and paint it.
So it looks good. If this was on my motor and it was my kit, I don't think I'd want the shininess. So I'd probably paint that. Whether I paint it black or
clear coat it,
or I paint it nickel to match. But I'll tell you what, it's compact. Nothing's really sticking out too far. I mean, and it's solid. It's a good solid kit. So ICT makes great stuff. We've been using a lot of their stuff. Like I said, if this would have came in a box, it would have had instructions. It would have been a little bit easier on us, but it is what it is. Now, like I said, when I pulled up this kit, it shows it for a V6. Not really 100% sure why. Maybe it's just their website needs to be updated, because it definitely fits a L8T 6.6. So And we thought we were going to remove the water pump, but the way it fits in there, water pump stays in place. It's a well thought out kit.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
All the pulleys back in line with each other.
Yep. So what's left for this one? We got to
Flywheel.
We got a flywheel, yeah, and transmission, flywheel transmission.
Make the transmission
and
out
then
the door.
And then we got a
intake
LT1 intake and throttle body. And I guess that'll be about it.
Then we'll work on the LT4, I guess, next.
Yeah, I still got to pull the cam out.
Yeah, we need to get that going because guys got the parts coming.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So the parts supposed to be coming for the LT4 build. So we got a lot of builds. Got a lot of stuff still back there. So I got to torque the flywheel bolts down, and I got this idea I had a while back where I wrote everything down. So if you want to do it correctly or by the book, your first hit's 11 foot-pounds, second hit's 22 foot-pounds, third's 45 degrees. Or you hit it at 76 foot-pounds, which is what I'm about to do, and it's done. So like I said, 76 foot-pounds is what I'm doing. All right, transmission's on. Torque converter bolts have Loctite on them, and we are getting ready to put the torque converter bolts in. Oh, see ya. Come on up. Come on, just a little bit. That's that weird one. Let me get the weird one first. See, that's that egg-shaped one. I think I mentioned it before. If you can, and you remember to, get your egg-shaped one first. And don't tighten them all the way up, just snug it. All right, spin me. A little bit more. Right there. All right, spin me. A little bit. Right there. I think those ones get 6, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten this one up. All right, spin me. So there we go. L8T, brand new, 6.6. That's flat antique nickel, muscle car oil pan, ICT billet front end accessory kit with the stock accessories, LT1 intake manifold, and new throttle body. So still got to bolt the intake manifold down, but other than that, no plugs, no wires, no exhaust. That wasn't brought to us, so that's how it leaves. But so there you go. This one's getting dropped off. Not getting picked up, getting dropped off. So we're about to strap it down and head on out with it. And then when we get back, we'll start on, I guess, removing the cam on the LT4 and the dry sump oil pump, because it's got to come off as well. And then do something to the 5.3. So, but it looks great. Turned out real good. I mean, this is a brand new engine. So this is 0 mile. So I want to make somebody a nice little hot rod engine.
Torque there, man.
Yep, I wouldn't mind having it for something. So we wanted to kind of unbox a little bit of the CVF kit that's going to be on the all-white motor. So this is going to be an all-white 5.3 LT with a black oil pan. It's getting a black CVF kit, but they've opted to do the
etching,
whatever you call that. They went around the outline of everything and machined it. So it gives a little extra pop.
Yep.
Pretty cool. And the other bracket should be it's a supercharger kit, so y'all seen me do those. Instead of the one big bracket, it gets 2 small brackets. You pretty much still do the water pump sandwich and build it together, but yeah, so it's got this etching around it.
Yeah, pretty.
So that'll be an upcoming video here shortly. Dad's currently working on getting that one ready for paint.
Yeah.
The paint's still in shipping. We had to order that high heat white. So this is going to be for a SEMA build, is what they're saying.
Yep.
So it's a SEMA truck. So not the first one we've done for a SEMA truck, but pretty cool.